Welcome back, my magical star beings. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what they want to say to you but never end up saying. So in terms of your pile selection, you can choose your pile based off this person's zodiac, which is in the thumbnail, or you can choose the pile you're most drawn to with a specific person in mind, or you can let anybody come through. So the first crystal we have is Lepidolite with the 10 of Cups for pile 1. For pile 2, we have Aquamarine with the 5 of Cups, and for pile 3, we have Fluorite with the 2 of Pentacles. So I'm going to give you a few seconds, pick a pile. So once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below. Then I'll see you at your reading. If you'd like to support the channel by watching the sponsored segments of the video, then I would appreciate it. Then I will see you at your reading. I'll try to be as accurate as I can, but it is a bit tricky when reading for the collective. If you want something more personal, you can always check in with a psychic for a more in-depth description. Speaking of which, I tried a clairvoyant from Psychic Source, and yes, they're sponsoring today's video. Thank you, Psychic Source. I got matched with a clairvoyant through their site, and honestly, I wasn't expecting her to be that accurate. I gave her no personal info, just asked about my future love life, and somehow she instantly picked up that I'm already in a relationship. She literally said, "Why are you asking about the future without mentioning him?" I was literally speechless, but then I remembered that's kind of what I do too. Still a shocking experience to be on the receiving end of it. She described my future partner as someone who makes me really happy, with great communication and a bond that can handle anything. But the part that really stuck with me, she said she saw my future husband giving me purple flowers. A few weeks later, nothing happened, so I kind of forgot about it. Then we saw a tattoo promo on Instagram. My boyfriend sent me his ideas so I can book, and boom, a purple flower. Not a bouquet, but I'm definitely taking that as a sign. You can chat with gifted advisors however you're most comfortable, phone, video, or even text. Setting up my account on their website was super easy, and they have this quick little quiz that helps you find a psychic based on what you're looking for, whether it's love, past lives, energy readings, whatever. It made the whole process really personal and intentional. What sets them apart is the level of care and integrity. Only 2% of their applicants actually become advisors, so you know you're speaking to someone who's truly gifted and held to high ethical standards. And they back everything up with a no-risk guarantee. If you're not happy with your last paid reading, it's free. For a limited time, you can use my code Siren at psychicsource.com when checking out, or you can just click the link in my description box below at trypsychicsource.com/siren. You'll get up to 40 minutes with an advisor for just $19.80. That's up to a $240 value. You don't have to use it all in one session. You can spread those minutes out across multiple advisors to see who you truly resonate with. They also donate 1% of your purchase to charity at no extra cost to you. Oh, and yes, I do get paid for this promo, so when you sign up with Psychic Source, you're feeding a perpetually hungry, slightly dramatic psychic, that'd be me, and funding my next impulsive crystal purchase. As you can see, the channel needs some new crystals, but that's all for now. Thank you again to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. Pile 1, you chose the Lepidolite crystal and the 10 of Cups. We're going to be taking a look at what they want to say but never end up saying. Also, I want to say before we get started that I do have 10 spots available for personal readings for the first week of December. So if you'd like to book with me, you can find all my details in the description box below. So, spirit guides of pile number 1, please tap me into their energy and the person on their mind's energy. Please show me, what does this person on their mind want to say to pile number 1 but never end up saying? What do they want to say but never end up saying? We have the Seven of Swords. We have the Page of Swords. The King of Cups reverse. And the Four of Swords. So I see actually something really good here. I see this person feeling emotionally safe with you with the Four of Swords, feeling like you bring them comfort and ease, and you make their life feel better or easier. And this connection with you also feels very easy and comfortable in the sense where it's easy to get along with you, easy to talk to you. However, I do see this energy that this person often hides how they feel, often holds back what they want to say with Seven of Swords, Page of Swords, King of Cups reverse. They can sometimes show up as emotionally unavailable, not because they don't care, but I think that's just in their nature or part of their unhealed wounds. But I feel like sometimes this person hides certain feelings from you, like they want to tell you about their feelings, but maybe they're too scared to open up. I see a curious, loyal partner, but sometimes they hide their feelings or don't know how to exactly put their feelings in words, or maybe they struggle with expressing vulnerability. That is what I see here. So I see them wanting to be vulnerable with you, wanting to say how they feel emotionally safe with you, wanting to tell you that even though sometimes they act like they don't care with the King of Cups reverse or act like they're detached, they're not actually detached. They actually feel a lot towards you with the Ten of Cups here. What they want to say is, I see a future with you more than you realize. You make me emotionally safe. And you fit into my vision of long-term happiness. I may not say it out loud, but in my heart you feel like home. I imagine what life with you could look like, and it brings me peace. The energy here is deep emotional fulfillment, wanting a future with you, but being afraid to express how serious and deep their feelings truly are. I saw the angel number 222. They feel like they're right where they're meant to be with you. They feel like they were meant to meet you on some level. Like things feel right with you. Things feel easy and comfortable. It doesn't feel forced. It feels like the moment you met, you clicked. And they feel like they met you for a reason. Now, they don't know what that reason is, but they feel like something just feels right here in this connection. Let's shuffle some more cards. I think they're also afraid of telling you these feelings too late, where you think that they don't care even though they do, where you decide to move on because they don't tell you about their feelings or they tell you too late. And I think that's what's kind of urging them to say these things, but I'm not sure why they actually hide their feelings. If I do see later in the reading, I'll let you know. So we have the High Priestess reverse. Okay, so the High Priestess reverse can represent trust issues. Somebody almost being secretive, but in this case, it's not anything bad. It's about their feelings with the King of Cups reverse. But the High Priestess reverse can also represent this person not trusting themselves or their own feelings. Maybe they're afraid they speak about those feelings and later disappoint you or can't hold up to. It's like they're afraid maybe they open up once and then it's hard for them to do it over and over again, and they're afraid that you maybe expect that from them all the time and they're not able to give that. They're afraid of maybe like promising you certain things and then later disappointing you. They want to make sure they're fully honest with you about their feelings, and they want to make sure those feelings don't end up changing. We have the Ace of Cups reverse and the Chariot. They want some kind of emotional freedom to just tell you how they feel, but they don't exactly know how to with the Ace of Cups reverse. What they want to tell you is that they're being honest and open with you. They just don't know how to be honest with their feelings. that their feelings are deeper than it seems. I think they're also afraid problems arise in the connection, and it kind of feels like this fear comes from, if I tell you my feelings, there's like some kind of deeper commitment that may come from that. And I don't think they're exactly afraid of commitment, but there's this energy of like, I'm afraid I say these things, and then it moves to a level where things become more serious. And then what if problems arise and it shakes up our connection and things don't work out? So I think it's less about them not wanting to commit and more about them being afraid of change and afraid of things being messed up, especially by them. They want to tell you that I'm afraid to mess things up with you. I feel like I found something good, and I'm afraid problems arise and destroy things between us. They want to tell you that I'm honest with you. The only thing I'm secretive about is my feelings. So we have the Empress with the Star, as well as the Nine of Cups and Black Moon in reverse. Okay, so the Star and the Nine of Cups is about a wish come true, hope being restored in a kind of love setting. So maybe you've brought back hope into their life that they can love again. I think they're afraid of ruining things with their selfishness or with their argumentative nature. For some, I heard argumentative nature. That might not resonate with everybody. But I feel like this person wants to tell you that sometimes their intentions are misunderstood and they don't want you to not trust them. I don't think it's exactly by you, but just by people in general. They want you to know that they have good intentions towards you and that they so badly and so desperately want things to work out, but they don't want to look desperate towards you. Like, they would never admit that they feel kind of desperate about this connection, feeling desperate that things work out and go their way. They feel like you match up to their standards of what they're looking for in love, that you tick a lot of the boxes of what they're looking for, and they feel like maybe it's possible for them to get what they truly want out of this connection and for things to work out and for there to be hope present. But I think this person is maybe afraid of getting their hopes too high and then getting disappointed later on. There's almost something about you being their ideal woman or man, both physically but personality-wise too. And the Ace of Wands at the back of the deck tells me that this person is highly attracted to you, may even have some sexual thoughts or fantasies that they want to express to you or tell you about. They want to tell you how much you turn them on in some way. They want to tell you that you're exactly their type and that they're hoping that they're your type too. They may tell some of these things to close friends and not tell you, like, about their feelings and stuff like that. We have the Lovers reverse and the Hierophant. This is what I was speaking about. It's not necessarily a fear of commitment, but it's like a fear of what if we go too deep into this connection and I can never find a way out. Not that they're looking for a way out, but it's like they're afraid they gain too deep feelings for you and then there's no way back. Like, let's say you end up hurting them or things don't work out between the two of you. They are almost like afraid to develop too deep feelings for you because after that happens, they might never be able to get over you. Let's say you were to break up with them or not want them anymore. That's kind of what's coming through here. But sometimes it can show up as like them not wanting to commit, but I don't think that is the case. Or sometimes feeling not ready, but I think they are ready. I think they just let their fears hold them back. So we have the Eight of Pentacles. They want to tell you that this isn't about you. You don't have to take their behavior personally. It's about their fears. So the Eight of Pentacles, Magician, King of Swords, and Four of Cups. There is this innocent kind of puppy love between you and them. I'm seeing Pisces with the High Priestess, Aquarius with the Star, Lovers, Gemini, Virgo and Gemini with the Magician, and Taurus with the Hierophant, but we will pull more zodiacs later on. I'm also seeing the number 1111. They want to tell you that you guys feel very similar in nature, or they feel like they can relate to you a lot. They enjoy time spent with you so much, and they do see themselves committing to you. I think for them, they're afraid of like making certain promises to you and then later on not fulfilling those promises, which is why they stop themselves from doing so even though they want to. I think they want to show you with action, not words. Because sometimes like they want to make certain promises towards you, but they don't know if they can keep that promise forever, so then they don't make the promise and then they just do that thing anyways, if that makes sense. This has to do with effort they want to put in with the Eight of Pentacles and where they see the connection going, what they want to create here with you. I see them feeling like, okay, if I promise that I'll do this for you every day, what if I can't measure up to like those standards and then I end up disappointing you, or you end up feeling unfulfilled? So I think this person wants to tell you that they don't want to make empty promises. They just want to put in action and do these things instead of telling you what they're going to do. I don't know if I said, but you guys have like this innocent puppy love kind of connection. I think they often reminisce and feel nostalgia about your past memories together that they think fondly of. And there's something about them just like wanting to keep those memories with them forever. I see them wanting to say, remember when this happened, or remember when this happened, and kind of reminisce on those memories with you, but they never end up saying that. I think this person has a fear of losing you. Not just losing you, but losing you physically. I don't know if this person has experienced loss within the family, or, experiencing losing somebody close to their heart. Like somebody physically passing away or something. It feels like they're afraid that you would be torn apart from them or taken away from them in some way. And it's like they're attached, but they're afraid of getting way too attached to you, where they wouldn't be able to let you go or forget you or even move on from you. They feel like you two are a power couple together and you're both attractive, and they feel kind of like it gives them an ego boost when you walk in public together and people stare at you together. You're definitely giving power couple vibes to this person. I'm also seeing Sagittarius energy in my mind's eye, the symbol. I'm seeing the energy of transformation with the butterfly, so maybe they want to transform something within themselves or something within the connection. This is the energy of change, them wanting some kind of change to happen, but maybe never talking about it. There's certain things they want from you that they're too afraid to ask for because they don't want to ask for too much or make it seem like they're entitled. Like little gestures for them that are going to make them feel loved. Like, for example, I see somebody that's a gamer and they're gaming and they're asking you to feed them while they game. Or I'm seeing like, I don't know what love language this is exactly, but I'm seeing like massaging their feet or something. I guess they kind of like it when a person takes care of them or caters to them. And they kind of want to ask for things like that, but they don't know if they can. Maybe not exactly what I said, but I'm just seeing that in my mind's eye. I also think they're sometimes afraid of accidentally crossing boundaries that aren't maybe claimed before. So let's say you have a specific boundary of like personal space and they don't realize that, like they don't know whether they can touch you in that moment or not because they don't know if you want that or not. they don't know if you're going to set a boundary with them, which they don't mind. They will respect your boundaries, but it's like they're maybe afraid to say or do certain things because they're afraid to cross unspoken boundaries in some way. I see them wanting you to take interest in their interests, even if it's not something so important to you. It's important to them. Like, let's say they have a specific hobby or interest and they tell you about it. They want you to like be excited about it the same way they are, even if it's not your specific interest. I think that just means a lot to them. So there's certain things they are wanting to ask for that they're maybe afraid to ask for, like that. They're also afraid to tell you about something about their family. Now, I don't know if you've ever been introduced to their family or not, but I am picking up on either a mother or sister that they have a dysfunctional relationship with, and they're hoping that won't seep into your connection. Because sometimes when somebody has like a dysfunctional relationship with a family member, that family member can sometimes like cross boundaries or get too involved in their relationship or bring their dysfunction into the other person's life as well. So I think they're afraid of that happening. They kind of like want to tell you their true honest opinion about that family member without it seeming like they're gossiping or speaking badly about that family member. Because I think even though they have a dysfunctional relationship with this family member, they still respect the family member, where they don't want to make it seem as though they're talking badly about them, but they want you to know what to expect so that you don't go into this blindly. Only take that if it resonates, don't force the message. So that is all I'm getting for this aspect of the reading. Let's now pull some zodiacs and initials. I'm hoping to get yours or theirs. So what's interesting is as I was removing those cards, all of them fell on the floor, which tells me that this person is afraid of like sabotaging things or things falling apart, like we said before. And I think they're trying to use logic to cope with that, but sometimes feelings aren't always logical. And I think sometimes this person is afraid that you're too good for them or that they don't deserve you in some way, shape, or form. Like that someone would maybe be able to offer you more emotional intimacy or a better relationship or treat you better. I don't think this person treats you badly, but they're just afraid that maybe they wouldn't be good enough for you or not deserving of you. So Taurus, Gemini, we have Virgo, Capricorn, and Scorpio. So let me know how this has resonated for you so far in the comments below. I do also have a membership where I post exclusive videos on there, a weekly video. So we have the initial K, I, Y, T, N. I'm seeing thank you here. So maybe they want to thank you for something, but they don't know how to express their gratitude. We have the initial A, E, A again, H. They hope that you don't feel hopeless in this connection or unfulfilled because they feel fulfilled. So H, C, and I. So that is all I have for you, pile number 1. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Pile 2, you chose the Aquamarine crystal in the 5 of Cups card, so we're going to be taking a look at what they want to say to you but never end up saying. So before we get started with your reading, I'd just like to let you know that I do have 10 spots available for personal readings for the first week of December, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my contact details in the description box below. Spirit guides of pile number 2. Please tap me into their energy. Please show me, what do they want to say to... Sorry, that card was facing the other way. What do they want to say to pile number 2 but never end up saying for the person on pile 2's mind? We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Empress reverse, the Chariot, and the King of Cups reverse, with the Ten of Swords at the back of the deck. I'm trying to figure out whose energy is whose. Just give me a second. Because I feel the energy, but I'm trying to figure out whose is whose. Okay, so Spirit is telling me that this disappointment is about the viewer, which is you guys. Okay, so now I understand what's going on. So the Five of Cups can typically talk about disappointment, and where I was stuck was I was not sure if it was this person that was disappointed or if it was you that was disappointed. And so with the Queen of Cups, this is the energy of empathy and compassion, them almost feeling bad for whatever they did to disappoint you. Maybe you made your disappointments known and maybe they didn't know how to exactly respond. They want to be supportive and hear you out and listen to whatever you have to say, whatever they did to hurt you. They want to listen to you and kind of like change that in a way in your connection and have you overcome that together, especially if you're going through a rough patch together in your connection. This has to do with maybe their emotional unavailability with the King of Cups reverse, or them being intense emotionally where maybe they're all over the place, or maybe they don't know how to regulate their emotions. Or this could be like you feeling neglected in the connection. Okay. For some of you, it could also be about a betrayal that happened or something where you felt betrayed in some way. If you take what's being said from the reading, only take what resonates, what you know has actually happened in the reading. Because I see this person kind of regretting how things happened between the two of you. What they want to say to you is, I feel so bad for the way I hurt you. I want to listen to you and show you compassion and support and show you that I'm listening to your emotions and feelings and that I'm taking it seriously. I want you to also know that when I emotionally shut down, it's not because I don't care. It's because I'm processing what you're saying. And if I do get defensive, then I'm sorry about that. I want to take accountability for maybe how I've hurt you and how I've contributed to this rough patch we're going through in our connection. I want you to show that I care deeply about you, and I want to say it to you. And I regret what happened, the choices I made in the past. They're saying that they want to still heal and that they hope you can heal within this connection. But sometimes the sadness holds them back from opening up. They care about you more than you think, but fear, loss, or disappointment keeps them quiet. I wish I could tell you I'm sorry or that I'm afraid of losing you. I see them being afraid that you cut them out. That's what they want to tell you. The energy is unspoken regret, sadness, fear of disappointing you, or emotional heaviness that they hide. They think that you're someone that is a lot more sensitive than them. And maybe they pointed out certain insecurities of yours with the Empress reverse, or said certain things or did some things that made you feel threatened or insecure within the connection. And it was like totally not okay. Whatever they said or did here that made you feel insecure within this connection, they know that they're supposed to be the ones to bring you up, to make you feel good about yourself, not tear you down in some way. And they feel really, really bad about what happened, really embarrassed about what happened here. They don't want to repeat that again. They know that they can't just say sorry and not take accountability or actually change the behavior. I keep seeing that they're afraid of you cutting them out of your life. They're afraid that what if you can't get over these issues together? They're not expecting you to get over your sadness or pain immediately. They understand that they did something to hurt you, that it will take time. But they kind of wonder how long it will take to heal your connection. The Magician, the Lover's reverse. Maybe for some of you, this disappointment or sadness is from a lack of commitment or loyalty, or maybe some of you actually had a breakup or separation with this person or no contact situation. Because the Lover's reverse can represent a separation or someone having like commitment issues, or someone maybe not showing you that they want you, that they want this. So that's how I'm kind of reading it. Next to the Magician, I feel like for a lot of you, it's about commitment, about where you stand with them. Like, maybe you ask them, what are we? And they can't answer you, or something like that for some. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Swords. What I want to tell you as the reader, from an unbiased point of view, is make sure you don't end up liking this person more than they like you. And I'm not saying that has already happened, but I do get that this person, there's a message from Spirit, a reminder to protect your heart, match their effort, not the fantasy. Don't make up a fantasy in your head of like what this will turn into or what this will be. Let them take the lead and let them take charge and tell you what they want here. Don't beg for their effort or attention or their love. Spirit is asking you to stay anchored in your own worth. Don't pour into this person or this connection more than they're giving back, because that may lead to an imbalanced connection, and that may lead them to, I don't think they would take advantage of your heart, but I think sometimes some people don't realize that they're taking more than they're giving. And it's kind of like an unconscious thing, not a conscious thing. So don't shrink or overgive to keep them. Let them kind of take the lead, because right now they need to be the one to fix things, not you. If they're the one that hurt you and they're the one that disappointed you, they should be the one to fix things, not you jumping up to fix it. Just be mindful to not get ahead of what they're showing, to not put all your eggs in one basket with this person, because I feel like this person does care about you, but Spirit is reminding you to not stop being like too down bad for this person where you almost like them more than they like you. And I'm not saying that's happening, but that's kind of the message here. I'm not sure why. Maybe you've been like showing a lot of eagerness that this person hasn't been showing back. And Spirit just wants you to respect yourself. It's about taking it step at a time. Spirit is not saying to not fall in love with this person, but take it step by step. Don't rush into this connection either. That's what Spirit is advising you to do. And get curious as to who this person is. Try to figure them out. Try to figure out who they are and their personality, because you might think you want commitment here, but Spirit is telling you before you commit or before you tie yourself to this person in any way, make sure they are who you want to be with in the long run. Think about your future. Think about the long run here with the Queen of Pentacles. And think about your value and your worth. Okay, so back to the reading in terms of what they want to say but never say. They do check your social media with the Page of Swords. They're very curious about you. They maybe want to ask you certain questions about the connection, where you're at, how you're feeling at the moment, but maybe they're too afraid to ask you certain questions. I also see them kind of trying to overcompensate for the emotional pain they've brought you by doing certain gestures for you that show they invested a lot of time or money into that gesture. That is almost like grandiose in a way, but Spirit is saying don't get too caught up in the grandiose gestures, because it's not that this person has bad intentions. I don't get that from them, but it's almost like they're afraid to lose you and they're scared to lose you. And they may be showing this now, but it doesn't mean that they will always be this way or be consistent with those efforts. I think it's coming from a place of a fear of losing you. Maybe they want to tell you about the gestures they're planning in their head, but decide not to and decide to just show you when it happens. Maybe they bought something for you that was kind of luxurious or very romantic, and they kind of want to keep it to themselves as a surprise and not tell you too soon. But it's coming from a fear of losing you and overcompensating as a result of that. But I don't see it being manipulative. I just see this person being afraid to lose you. they're very attracted to you, and they want to tell you like the things about you that turn them on and they kind of find irresistible. Temperance. They want to tell you that they need time with Temperance, that they want to take things slow. They just don't know exactly how to say that because they can see that you're very emotionally invested in this and they don't want to disappoint you more. So they feel like they need time or space or time to figure out where their head is at, where they stand with you. Because I think this person is kind of unsure of that. The Three of Swords here reversed tells me that they do feel bad for it and they do want to support you while not hurting you anymore and heal something within your connection with the Three of Swords reverse. We have the Two of Wands as well as the Knight of Pentacles. Even though they are kind of overcompensating in their head, they want to tell you that they want to be consistent with their efforts and not just do this as a way for you to not like leave. But in their head, they're planning to be consistent, which is a great thing that's showing up. I just think don't get too caught up in the fantasy of it. Let them show you that they're consistent with their actions, not just tell you that. It seems like they're wanting to ask you to give them a chance and to not be too rash with your decision, to give them time to show you that they care, to put in effort, to change things here, to make things more peaceful and less challenging, because they don't want challenges or drama with you at all. And I think in their head, they're kind of planning what they can kind of do to keep you by their side in a way. But I don't think they're ready yet to commit. That's the energy I'm feeling here. And they kind of feel insecure about it, thinking, like, am I going to lose this person because of this, because I'm taking my time? The thing is, they're just not ready, and it doesn't have anything to do with you or your worth, but they almost feel like they might lose you if they don't. So they worry that if they don't step up soon or commit to you, they might lose you. And it's kind of like this contradictory feeling of like, I don't feel like I'm ready, but I feel like if I don't do it, I might lose this person. So do I do it to make this person happy and abandon my own ones just to make them happy? Yes, it's a sacrifice, a compromise. But what if I later end up changing my mind? And then what if I don't commit and then you just leave? There's that kind of predicament they're in where they don't know what decision to make. They're feeling very indecisive, and maybe they want to tell you where their head is at, but they just don't know how. They don't want to hurt you even more. They don't know how to tell you this without hurting your feelings. So the thing is, it's not about you. It's about their own timing and fears. It scares them, this connection. They care deeply, but they're still trying to get themselves ready for this level of commitment they know you deserve. Their soul feels the pull towards committing to you, but their human self is catching up slowly. They're afraid that the timing might cost them in this connection, and they're feeling torn, wanting to hold on to you, but not feeling fully ready to offer you what you deserve, what they know you deserve. And that makes them feel very insecure. They want to tell you that, but they don't know how to. So now I'm going to remove these cards and check what we can get for zodiacs and initials. I'm hoping to get yours or theirs. I also think there's a possibility that Spirit is saying, I don't think this will happen for all of you, but some of you might separate, come back together when this person's ready because they don't want to waste your time or lead you on. Some of you, there may be an outcome like that, but I feel like that is the best outcome because I feel like if this person tries to keep you around and doesn't know what they want, it could end up hurting you even more. So even though that doesn't seem like the best option right now, I feel like that could happen for some of you, and I know you don't want to hear that, but I feel like it's the healthiest option for them to take if they're still not sure if they're ready yet, because they can't string you along or expect you to stay if they're not giving you anything. You get what I mean? And it doesn't mean that you have to wait for this person either. If they lose their chance here, that's on them. I think even if that doesn't happen exactly, I think this person might take a step back and just rethink the direction they're going in and make sure that this is what they truly want. They know that this connection is priceless. We have Gemini, Taurus, Capricorn, Aries, and Leo. So with Taurus and Capricorn here, maybe they're the type of person that takes relationships really slowly. Maybe they look for somebody that they can have a fun, good time with this fire sign energy, somebody that almost excites them and keeps them on their toes, and somebody that, you know, knows how to keep the relationship spicy, but also somebody that would be good for them long term, but also mentally stimulate them. Maybe they're that kind of like person that looks for that in love. So we have U, X, K, V. It's weird because one part of them feels like rushing, but another part of them feels like slowing down. And they're kind of torn on what to do. V, I, L, J, S, O. They also don't want you to feel insecure. Because I'm hearing that song by One Direction that's like, you're insecure, don't know what for. So SONZY, I, and E. So that is what I have for you. I do hope this reading resonated. If you like my readings and want to see more exclusive content of mine, I do post a weekly video on my membership. Please don't forget to comment what resonated with you, how this reading resonated, and if your zodiac or theirs or initial came through, let me know. So thank you for being here and watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Pile 3, you chose the Fluorite crystal and the Two of Pentacles. We're going to be taking a look at what they want to say to you but never end up saying. I do have 10 spots available for personal readings for the first week of December, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find all my contact details in the description box below. Okay, so Spirit Guides of Pile 3, please tap me into the energy of the person on Pile 3's mind. Please show me, what do they want to say to pile number 3 but never end up saying? We have the Ace of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, the King of Wands, Light Newman reverse, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay, the energy here is really cute. I'd say this pile's energy is very cute. I see this person wanting to put their focus on you and not have their focus on anybody else, only you. They might want to tell you that. They might want to tell you how attracted they are to you, but not only that, there's not only like passion and chemistry in your connection that is like through the roof, where the spark just doesn't leave, the honeymoon period doesn't end. It feels like a constant sleepover. I don't know if you live with this person. But it kind of feels like they've met their companion. But not only that, it also feels like you feel like their other half in some way. They feel like they can't live without you. And they might not want to say that because they don't want to seem too clingy. And they feel like you two work together well as a team. Like, this connection actually has potential to grow or last or become something long term, and they wouldn't invest their time or effort into someone they didn't see a future with. There might have been delays in your connection because this person wanted to make sure that they're having clarity on what they want. They might have taken it extremely slowly with you, but that's because they wanted to build a stable, healthy connection with you. They wanted to make sure that you were actually compatible, and now they see you are. I feel like this person has known for a while now, for a few months or years now, that this is the connection they want to be in. I was hearing that song Me and You Always Forever when I started your reading, so maybe they almost feel like forever doesn't even seem like that long with you. I don't feel like they've opened up about these feelings because they don't want it to seem corny. Something about your connection feels divine or fated in some way. This feels like a spiritual connection, but it's also extremely grounded with all these pentacle cards. And I love a lot of pentacle cards in a reading. That means the person is serious about you. It means they see a future with you. It means that they're moving slowly and steadily, and they're being kind of reliable, practical in the connection, kind of just wanting it to last in some way, and also being consistent. They feel like you guys have something stable and real, and they would never want to lose this. With the Five of Pentacles, I do think this person wants to open up about some kind of abandonment wound that they have, where they're afraid that you would leave them, but deep down they know that you make them feel secure and you make them feel like the most handsome man ever or the most sexiest woman ever. There's just something about you also just making them feel like you're genuine with the way you speak to them, and they truly appreciate that. I feel like this person's heart is very open towards you because as I tap into the energy, the messages are just flowing. I'm not taking like pauses to kind of try tap into the energy, because some people, when I read their energy and if they're closed off, it takes a while for me to get their messages. But if somebody's like very open, heart-centered, the messages come through very clearly and quickly. But maybe this also means that this person knows what they want to say to you. They're not unsure of what they want to say. These have been things that have been in their head for a while, and if they had to tell you about it, they'd want to say it in the perfect way. This is why they've been holding off on saying it, because they want to say these things in a special moment. They're waiting for the right moment to say these things to you. So, what they want to say to you but never end up saying. I feel like you're my other half. I feel like this relationship feels right for me. We work together well as a team. We're super compatible. I'm sometimes afraid of losing this because I know it's valuable to me. I know that what we have is real and genuine, and nothing, no one could replace that, ever. And I would never want to. They would want to say, I'm overwhelmed and I'm trying to keep everything balanced. My feelings for you are real, but I'm struggling with time, responsibilities, or emotional juggling. I don't want you to think I'm uncertain about you, because I am. I just stretch thin. I wish I could explain that I'm not choosing between you and something else. I'm trying to keep everything afloat. Maybe this person has a lot of responsibilities or things to keep up with in their daily life. Like maybe they get very busy and sometimes they can't always spend time with you or talk to you all the time. They feel kind of guilty about that because they would love more quality time with you and more time to speak with you and all that. But they want you to know that they are prioritizing you, but right now they're just trying to find a middle balance so that everything stays afloat. They are juggling priorities, struggling to manage life, and they don't know how to say that they're overwhelmed without hurting you. But I think this person does want to meet all your needs and doesn't want to leave you feeling neglected in this connection, especially if they are busy. They don't want to leave you feeling like you're not getting what you want out of this connection. That's the last thing they want. They want to put all their focus on you, but sometimes it's hard when other responsibilities need attention now. So we have the Chariot. If they travel a lot for like business or something where they have to travel a lot, then maybe that could be the case for some of you if this is like long distance. But for some of you, it's like them trying to make money and trying to just like build some kind of security, financial stability for the both of you. So maybe there are problems within money with the Chariot next to the Ace of Pentacles that feel impossible to overcome. I also feel like this person could be wanting to get a promotion or move to a higher level in their career with the Chariot, basically level up in their career. And they know that will probably affect your connection if they get more busy. They want to make sure that, not that that's what you want, because that's what they want and they won't abandon what they want, but they want to kind of make sure you're okay with that, that you're on the same page about that, that you manage your expectations together in a way, but they don't know how to bring it up because this feels like a difficult conversation to bring up, okay? So 4 of Wands, Death, and 8 of Wands. I think that very soon they're looking to make some kind of change in your connection. This is a good kind of change, a change that will bring celebrations with the 4 of Wands, a change that will bring you two closer together than ever. They might even want to see you soon, but they're trying to figure out the exact date or time before they make a plan here, because it feels like they want to do something fun with you or something exciting and spend quality time with you. They just want to figure out when exactly they can. What they also want to tell you but never say is, I'll do anything for you. But I don't want to say it because I don't want to seem like too eager, I guess. Ace of Swords, the Emperor, the Page of Swords. What they also secretly want to say is that I hope I impress you, but I don't want to ask for your validation, okay? Or I don't want to look like I'm asking for validation. What they also want to say to you is like, I will never judge you. You can tell me anything. You can tell me your deepest secrets. You can tell me literally anything and I will never judge you. I'll always listen to you. Some of these things, they're trying to figure out, again, like the right time to say it, how to say it in the right way. I feel like sometimes they get nervous in front of you and tongue-tied. They don't know how to exactly say these things, and sometimes they feel like they should impulsively just say it when the moment's right. But I think sometimes they overthink a little bit with the Ace of Swords. They want to tell you that you're always on their mind. With every decision they make, you're in the back of their mind. Like, even with the career decision, for example, you're in the back of their mind because when they make a decision, they take into consideration your feelings, where you kind of stand with that thing. So that just shows their seriousness for you. And they want to tell you that. They want to tell you that they know that this is the connection they want. Again, they're just trying to find the right time. They may also want to ask you certain questions about your seriousness levels about them, because if they were to be more serious than you were towards them, that would kind of feel like a slap in the face. So before they go and tell you these things, they would want to make sure to get some kind of validation or reassurance that it's reciprocal and that it's felt on both sides before they go and rush in to say it. Because that would be embarrassing if they felt that way and you didn't feel the same. They feel ready for this connection, ready for new beginnings, ready for you two to make beautiful memories together. Maybe they even want to travel with you or make some kind of plan that's exciting with you. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Strength, and the Six of Cups. You and this person have a lot of history together, and maybe you have been together for a while. I feel relationships where it's like you've been with the person for more than maybe like 5 years, 6 years, like lots of history, or you've known each other for like years and years and years. So they're just glad about the time you spent together, that this has lasted so long. They feel like they want to choose you and prioritize you, and they're hoping that you feel chosen and prioritized in this connection. They feel like what you guys have is strong and real, like I said before. You also make them feel confident, and I see them wanting to kind of like spoil you in love. Trying to figure out how to spoil you. They're thinking about the long term here. I also think you boost their ego in a way by being with them. There's almost this feeling of like, I bagged a baddie. And if you're a man, same energy but different. Of course, maybe a man isn't a baddie, but do you get what I mean? Like, there's just this feeling of like, you're attractive, you have a great personality, like, wow, I'm winning. They want you to know that they'll never sleep on this connection or take you for granted as well. They also want you to know that you never have to hide anything or hide yourself from them. There's this kind of feeling of, if I had to tell my childhood self where I am right now, they would be ecstatic, full of joy. This pile's really cute. That is all I'm getting for you for this aspect of the reading. Sorry if it was a little bit short, but that's all I'm getting. So now let's take a look at zodiacs and initials. I'm hoping to get yours and theirs. But I feel like it was kind of shortened to this point. Maybe this person speaks that way as well. I see them overthinking late at night, being in their head. It's almost like they have insecurities sometimes about whether they are good enough or not. I think that came up within another pile or another reading. I'm not really sure. But let's see what we get here. So we have Leo. We have Gemini. I think Gemini came up in the other piles. Libra. Sagittarius. And Scorpio. So let me know how this has resonated for you so far in the comments below. Also, if you enjoy my readings and you want to check out my membership, I do post a weekly video on there. We have E, R, Z, L, T, E again, X. So we have the word X here. Maybe they're worried or threatened about an ex, because I don't feel like this person would be your ex. A, because I felt them kind of feeling insecure, wondering like if somebody else would be better for you. S, J, and O. And I don't feel like they would be connected to their own exes. I just don't feel that from their energy. So that is all I have for you. I do hope this reading resonated. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.